Hey guys, Ray from loveyourrv.com. Welcome to the rainforest. So, kind of the downside of the RV life, full-time RV life, we got a breakdown. Our old truck Blue is not starting. Looks like a problem with the fuel system. We stopped here yesterday to get a sandwich at a place called the Peg House. We're kind of about 50 miles south of Eureka, California on our way inland, and I was starting to get a little bit of the fuel filter light was coming on when I was pulling grades. Pulled over and I tried to empty the water on the fuel filter thinking there was maybe some water in there. Not much water. Started it up, it ran rough and then died. Started it again, it seemed to run okay, and we pulled about 100 yards and that was it. No more going. So that was a Sunday. We couldn't really get any service, and we're really in a bad cell phone range. So lucky enough, we're right next to a little state park, and we were able to get a call out today and get our roadside assistance. We use BCAA, which is AAA. And we have a plan that'll tow the truck and the RV, so we're going to get both of them towed into the closest town that's about 40 miles away, called Willits, and there's a KOA there, so we're going to get the fifth wheel towed to the KOA, and Big Blue here is going to go into a local garage, so hopefully we can get her fixed up and be on our way. But really pleasant weather, I'll tell you.
Uh-oh. What happened? Could it be battery?
No. The fuel filter. You can see I put out some triangles, but we had to overnight here last night, so it's a little freaky being so close to the highway. But we made it okay. Well, 4.5 hours later, no tow trucks.
Not impressed.
Hands on hold with AAA, seeing what the heck's going on. One lucky thing is we have our cell booster, so I was able to get our phone working. You see Ann has to hold the booster antenna right behind the phone just to make it work. Otherwise, if we don't do that, we get no service. So one nice thing about having the booster. Come on, you guys, get out here and tow us in.
At least we have a furnace.
Yeah, we have a furnace. Still raining. See, the Beagle's highly stressed by the whole situation. Sleeping right by the furnace vent. Okay, looks like Blue's all hooked up to a big yellow tow truck. I'm down here, and Duger's all hooked up to a nice looking Ford, it looks like. So we got Willits Tire, Willits, California. So hopefully we'll be in the park another hour or so. Whew, made it. KOA. Willits KOA. Getting dark. Oh, it'll be nice to get back into an RV spot. Well, all repaired and back in business. Just show you what the problem was here. Big Blue. Okay, so if you look down here, you'll see something shiny and new right there. That's the mechanical fuel pump, or also called lift pump. So when the engine rotates, that pumps the fuel up this line here and into the fuel filter. Goes through the fuel filter and then out another line and then into my mechanical injection pump there. That puts the high pressure fuel into the injectors. So when the fuel filter light was coming on, I think it was this sensor here, which is a vacuum sensor, and it senses when there's not enough fuel being provided up here. So under load, when I was pulling grades, it was starting to flash. So I guess when I pulled over, what I did is I thought the fuel filter light was the water and fuel light. Kind of that in my mind, I thought that's what was going on. So underneath here, there's a little kind of a round thing that you undo to drain the water. There's a water separator in this fuel filter. So when I pulled over, I had undid that and drained it, and that's when she wouldn't start. I guess that fuel pump just failed completely at that point. Anyway, it was fairly inexpensive to repair. The lift pump there was only $50, and they charged me 2 hours, 200 labor to install it and check everything else out. So yesterday we spent an extra day here in the campground, drove the truck all around, took it on a good 30-mile trip up some hills and stuff. So today we're going to tow over near Sacramento, so we'll see how it goes. Hopefully everything will be okay. It'd be nice to get out of this KOA. It's Thanksgiving, it's just packed with people. We made it. So we towed about 120 miles, 2.5 hours, and Big Blue was as good as ever. Woohoo! So I think we're good to go now. No leaks or anything, and I didn't get the trouble light coming on at all. So we've pulled into this little park. It's called Happy Time. We've come here before, stayed over. It's $25 a night, full hookups, you get cable TV. It's kind of a rundown little park, but it's kind of really easy in and out from the Interstate 5. You can see over there, that's the freeway. And also right nearby, just half a block down, is the Pilot Flying J truck stop. They got really good Cinnabons in there. Ann loves that. And there's a Denny's in there, and it's easy to get fuel and propane when we leave. So it's a nice little spot. We'll stay here and hunker down while American Thanksgiving is on. By the way, happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends. Hope you have a good feed. So maybe I'll show you on Google Maps exactly where we were stranded. So I thought I'd give you a little look-see of exactly where we were. This is a map of Northern California. Over here is north down to south. We come down the 101 here through Eureka and continue on. It leaves the coast and it starts heading up into the Redwood forests here. So we broke down right here around the little town of Leggett. After we were towed, we got towed up here to Willits, and that's where we camped at the KOA and waited for the truck. After the truck was repaired, it continued on the 101 to Highway 20 and then went along Clear Lake here and then over to Interstate 5 and down to where we currently are. I just zoom in here to Leggett and I'll just show you where we were stranded here. You can see it's really rural, just basically a bunch of forest land. There's the peg house there. So yeah, we always like to stop at the peg house for sandwiches, so we were pulled over right here. When I started up, I got about this far just before this bridge and pulled over right here. And this Rock Creek campground is part of the state recreation area. That's where we were able to make a phone call. So happy to be back on the road again, headed south. Well, now we just got to go down the valley, head down the big California valley here. Right now we're just north of Sacramento, and we'll keep going down, 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 get down to Bakersfield. Then we usually like to go over this Tehachapi Pass, and after that we're into the desert, and the fun can begin. Warm weather and sunshine. Till next time, Ray from loveyourrv.com. Cheers, everyone.